Alright, if you have been paying attention to the Sensation YouTube channel, you'll remember when I picked this big beast up. That's right, it's another Cougar case. And I am excited to announce that today is the day we start the build on this beast. That's right. So I got all the wires hanging out here from the RGB. It come with some fans. This is just how it come when I got it. I done took a piece of glass out of it though. So this glass normally would go in here like that. So we took that out already. The case has a couple blemishes on it, a couple scratches and stuff, but it still does not do any justice to the cool factor on this. And I think one of the coolest features is that the inside of this case actually comes out and we can build the PC outside of the case and then slide it into it. So I'm going to be able to pull the inside of this out, take this big monstrosity down while we build, mount our motherboard and components, and then we're going to be able to slide the computer back inside of this. So that's really cool. It makes it a little easier to build. You've seen my other Cougar build. It's my main iRacing PC now. That's going to change over after this one's done, obviously, because this is the one that I wanted to build for that. From the very beginning when I got it, that's what I decided to do. The other one, I think I'm going to build our editing rig into. So both of them are going to get an upgrade, and that's going to occupy the two Cougar cases while the rest of the stuff gets sold. That's how I'm going to do this in the future. But I got some sticker in there on this one that I'm going to need to clean off. There is a busted, this piece right here, this plastic, on the other side is broken right here. So I'm going to have to figure out a way to reattach a piece to fix that. There were some screws missing here and there, things like that. So we'll have to go through it one at a time. And it's dusty. It was out in my shop for a little while, so it's going to need cleaned off. So we'll take it apart to do that anyway, right? It's a little better. So what we're going to do here is we're actually going to remove a PC from its case. So there's a PC inside a PC here. If you grab this red handle at the back and you pull, this thing is on rollers. So we're going to literally slide the PC chassis out of the case. Just like this. I got to get the fan wires so they don't get caught up. And voila. Our cage is out, right? So we'll be able to clean that, get all of our hardware mounted, and then get ready to put it back in the beast after we get it cleaned out, right? After it goes back in, though, that's when we have to do all the peripheral cables and stuff like that. So USB-C, RGB, all that stuff will have to be done after we get it back in. But I wanted to reintroduce you to it, show some of you that haven't seen it, the Cougar case we're building, and then be able to tell you guys and gals what my idea behind this is and what I want to do with this build. This will be the main build. This will be my main gaming rig going forward, and it's not going to be AMD, it's going to be Intel. The reason why is because I already have the components, right? You've seen the price. Let me get you. So we have all seen the price of DDR5 RAM. I went in Best Buy yesterday. That DDR5 RAM was $425 for that RAM that I got my motherboard. $425, right? So with the cost of this stuff going sky high, it was time for me to make a decision on what the main build would be from all the find it, fix it, and flip it's, right? I've been blowing through those. That's not going to stop after this build's done either. I'm still going to find it, flip it, and fix it, because I found that doing it, it's what funds the Sensation channel. It's what allows me to go out and buy new content to create new videos for you guys and gals. So that's going to continue going forward. They will be find it, fix it, or flip it's, but if you already have later generation stuff, you know, and some of the latest generation stuff, and what I mean by that, let me show you my motherboard. This was actually on a video probably close to a year ago when I originally bought this. But this has an i5. This is a Pro Z690A Wi-Fi board. MSI, I believe, Pro Series. You can see a little bit of the setup here. I put the CPU in push-pull configuration when I was using it for iRacing before. But this is a good platform for us to probably go with a 14th gen CPU even, like a 14700K or even an i9, right? So that's what I thought about. If we put one of those bigger processors in, it's going to give us a ton of cores and a ton of speed. And it's not going to be AMD or the latest AMD, but it'll be the latest Intel, right? So that's what I'm going to do. It's already got 32 gigs of DDR5. I don't want to go buy DDR5 memory right now. And I want to shy away from that, but I still want to do a monster build. And this is going to give me the components to do that. All we have to do is upgrade the CPU on it, obviously, and graphics card. So those are things that are going to cost. But that's what the whole deal was. Find it, fix it, or flip it to the ultimate build, right? You cannot deny that this case, with a 14700 or even one of the big i9s in this board setup here, with the 32 gigs of DDR5 and a really good graphics card, would not be an ultimate build in 2026, especially with the price of hard drives and graphics cards now. So we have a 1 terabyte NVMe in here. We have 32 gigs of DDR5. We got a brand new Z690 motherboard right there. Let's build it. Let's make that our ultimate build. We can end this series of building the ultimate build, and let's put it inside the Cougar case. And then let's move it over there. I don't think it's going to fit on my little stand I use for my iRacing PC, so I'm going to have to come up with something different for that. This thing is huge, guys. It is huge. But I'm going to get this big monstrosity out of the way so we can build the little cage. And let's just... Today, I don't have all the parts and pieces, so let's kind of see, just go here and upside down in there. Let's see what we get out of it. Let's see what it's going to look like. Get an idea of what we got coming together. I don't need that set up for anything right now. It had Anduin Linux on it on the 30-day Linux challenge. I bailed on that after a few weeks. I am trying my best, and I will tell you guys and gals this. I am trying my best to wing myself off of Windows. But there is one thing that I cannot change, and that is the anti-cheat systems, okay? It's also software, so software availability. I cannot make my GoPro work on Linux, period. I can't make it work on it. It won't work. I can make my capture cards work, but I can't make my GoPro work. So that takes the camera out, right? And I don't have any other cameras. This is what I got. A GoPro Hero 9. That's what I started the channel with. It's what I still use. That's what all the videos are done on. So I don't have any other way out of that. That kind of nixed it. Not to mention I use CapCut, which works great on Mac and Windows. But the GoPro also doesn't work on my Mac. Forget about it. GoPro's a Windows thing. So that's what led me to going back to Windows again. I did edit 3 weeks of video with Anduin. I'm going to give you a full video on that and a breakdown of what I liked, what I disliked, and what I think in the future. Anduin still currently runs my media server, my Plex server, but it is not a daily for me. The dailies for me are Windows 11, IoT, Enterprise LTSC 24H2. Obviously, that's what I'm editing with again. But I'm going to change that too, and I'll tell you why in the later video. And I game on Windows 10, IoT, Enterprise LTSC 21H2 because of iRacing and iRacing's anti-cheat not being compatible with Linux. So that's the bad downfall Linux. My plan in the future, though, is to make my daily driver Cashy OS. Cashy I've learned more about it. I've used it more and more and more, and I absolutely love CachyOS. I'm not going to deny it. There's a reason why Cachy is the #1 most downloaded Linux, and I know why that reason is, because it is that good. The KDE Plasma on CachyOS is that good, period. So you can mess around with other distros, but SimStation is going to stand behind Cachy as his #1 Linux. I love CachyOS, and I'm going to figure out how to integrate it into the SimStation channel, where we can continue to do our video, our capture cards work, and all of that, because I do want that to be my future OS. That's it, though. Let's get back to the build. You are 100% looking inside the hull of this monster. It's on rollers. It's really cool. Let me get these out of your way so you can see a little better. I did a little dusting on it. It can use some more, but I'm going to tell you guys right now, if you're an enthusiast, the Cougar case is the way to go. This thing checks all the boxes for cool build. It's an absolutely beautiful case. If you guys don't mind maintenance on your PC, and any enthusiast like me doesn't mind that, right? You know, you take it out and you dust it. You keep your stuff clean. And with the Cougar case, it's vital that you do that. And I'm going to zoom you guys out. All right, there you go. A little better view. So with the Cougar case, it's very vital that you do that. Because it's such an open case, and I know that from the other one that I have and built, and using it for a couple of months, things get dusty, guys and gals. So it's gonna force you to keep it clean, right? I've been cleaning the glass a little bit, just going over this and that, making it look a little better before I put it down and we start the build in the interior cage. But gosh, I thought this panel was scuffed right here. And it was literally like some kind of white marker or something, or white paint that transferred on it. I was able to clean it off there. And the more I do to this, I see little screws and stuff that are missing in places, or the wrong screws here and there. So we'll have to try to straighten all that stuff out for aesthetic reasons. Gosh, this thing, something else. It's a little flimsy because I have the back brackets out to get the cage out. There's 2 clips up here that bolt into the cage and hold it. And you can see they got thumb screws on them. I'm going to take those off and bolt them back into the cage. And that way when it goes back in, you can just screw them back down, right? I think that's the best way to do there. You can't do any of your front panel cabling until you have everything done in the cage back together. So, yeah. Maybe we could unzip tie it, guys, and unbolt the front header out of it and be able to wire it all outside the case and then put the front header back in. Is that possible? Could we do that? I don't know. What kind of screws do we have? They look like a Torx head. Get you in there, zoom you in a little closer, and you tell me. But those look like a Torx head. And a guy just happened to buy a tool set at the dang yard sale the other day. And I did that just for reasons like this. So maybe we'll try to take the screws out. I don't know if those screws hold that though. This one's already loose. I mean, do they hold it? Is this all one panel that goes through here? Maybe I should just build it and then put it in there and then we'll plug it all in. I think that'd probably be the best thing to do, because there's no telling what kind of nightmare I'm going to open myself into. I do have this glass out for the purpose of wiring this thing. The glass is in the way of that. I have it sitting on the floor behind me because I almost broke it already. So be careful when you take your glass panels off, guys. We'll get the top of it clean when I can get to it. I can't really see it. I've wiped it down some, but not a ton. I hope you guys enjoy this one. This is, without a doubt, my favorite build that I've had on the channel so far. This is it right here. I've been itching to do this. I just didn't know what direction I was going to go until I decided I could use that white case on a Find It, Fix It, or Flip It, because I've had it for years and it's in great shape and I'm done with it. I got the parts ordered. There's pictures on the Discord, the brand new Discord channel. I've got it set up now. So you're able to go in there and talk to Sensation, catch them online from time to time. I'm going to set up a schedule where I make sure I'm in that Discord so I can answer any of your questions or comments or anything like that. And I can post pictures of things like this that I'm working on and filming that you might not see for 30 days, sometimes longer than that. This one may be longer. And it might be longer for the simple fact that I don't have all the pieces for it yet. But it keeps me from boxing a motherboard up or setting it to the side. And I can actually put it together enough to make it a usable unit until we get the upgrades, right? So that's what my thought behind it was, and that's what we're going to do here. The next time you see it, we'll have this down and we'll have the regular PC part of it up there. And we're going to go ahead and start putting our build together. That way we know what it's going to look like, right, when we get it back together here. And I don't know. I hope that you guys... I really hope you guys fall in love with this thing as much as I do on the channel. This is going to be a cool build, guys. This one's going to be a cool one. I don't know how we're going to set it up for my iRacing yet, but we're definitely going to set it up for my iRacing. This is going to be my final permanent build for myself for the next foreseeable future. Anyway, we may upgrade the components on the inside of it, but I think I'll keep that case for the eternity, or the duration. I think that's the case you keep for the duration, but we'll see. Maybe one day I'll get older and not want to clean it all the time anymore. But hang tight. We'll start getting the build together, and then we'll see how everything goes back together and the science is and how it all plugs in here, and I'll show you all that in depth. It's got a nice little handle back here, but so on every one of these builds there's always something. This one is missing the I/O plate. I'm pretty sure that's what those two screw holes are for, so you could run the I/O plate down. And that way you have something to attach your I/O shield to. There's not one on the outer part of the case, it's all open back there. So I'm going to have to look up and see if I can find one of those. If not, I may have to even fabricate something. Because you know that that is a pet peeve of mine. I'm sure I could cut some flat stock out. But man, getting the dimensions right to pop that I/O shield in without having, you know, a laser cutter is going to be a pain in the ever-living world. It will be a pain. I've got it dusted out pretty good. I'm going to continue on with the build because I want a place to hold the motherboard and stuff. And I'll have to put the I/O shield up where it doesn't get lost. I'm going to look around online and see if I can find one for this. So the build's going to take time anyway. If I can find a I/O plate for it, then I'll go ahead and get it. Alrighty, check it out. I could use a zip tie sponsor for the channel. I go through a ton of these things, right? I bought a bunch of these from a estate sale one day, and I'm getting low on them, so I look at them when I go to those sales, guys. These are one of the things I always got to look out for, because if you do any electrical on cars or trucks or anything, or you do ham radio, or you do YouTube and building PCs, and you use them. That's a fact. So, I mean, if I could get a zip tie sponsor for the channel, I think that would be awesome. Because I use a lot of them, and I'm out of the little black ones, guys. Yep. Who runs out of those? Only Sensation, right? So we're off to the white ones. If you see, I'm just kind of tidying things up a little bit here on the wiring. It's because this is not the final build. I don't like these fans up here at all. They're Corsair, but they're proprietary when it comes to the that right there. So we don't have anything to hook into that. So we're just going to zip tie these out of the way. I'm trying to get the fan wires kind of ran out of sight, out of mind a little bit. I don't need them all over the place, right? So just try to get them out of the way here. Don't really want any loose wires. We'll go through and trim out the excess when we're done. Taking a look at my power cables running up there. I think they need a zip tie around them, not necessarily zip tied to anything, but around them, right? These I'm going to zip tie all together, and I'm going to find the closest point to zip tie them to. Oh. Other than that, we are about ready to fire this thing up and probably test on it some, guys. That should be the exciting part. We're not really going to test on it. We're just going to test fire it. We know what the system will do because I built it on the channel. So we know exactly what it is in this form. Our testing is going to come when we get our upgrades for it to see what type of difference it made. And will this be my forever loved PC? Update on the IO shield. It turns out there is no IO shield mount plate or nothing that goes there. So you don't use an IO shield with this one, guys, because there's no plate for it or anything like that. So I'm glad that Scooby-Doo solved that mystery for us, or Sensation solved it for us. I went online and looked at the Conqueror 2, checked everything that come with it, and there's no plate back there. So I'm sure it'll look right once it's together. Or maybe it's just made to look sick, right? Maybe that gives it the sick look. I don't know. You know how I am with IO shields. I'm a stickler for them. And I know a lot of other YouTube channels don't care one way or the other. They just do the build. They don't care if they got IO shields or nothing like that. When you have things available like IO mesh, or you can get on eBay for $9 and order them, even if you got to wait for them to come out of China, a lot of them you can find right here in the United States, and it doesn't take that long to get them. But put a stinking IO shield on your build, guys and gals. Do it. That's all I'm saying. Just put it on your build. It looks better. It looks better when you go to resell it. It looks better on YouTube. And guys like me that watch your videos won't cringe every time I see you build one without one. I'm just saying. All right, without further ado, I don't know if you've seen it in slow-mo or regular speed, but we have SATA connectors here because we're going to need them inside the case. So I'm going to leave those loose for now. I'll just shove them right back in this hole here because we need them for this case. Oh, we hooked that monitor. All right, so there's your build so far. The fans are hooked up to spin, but they're not hooked up to light up. We don't have any top fans for it yet. We're not going to put anything in it right now because I have plans for that later. And that'll be after the CPU upgrade and everything else. So we are hooked up. And theoretically, if I plug power to this, if we put a power cord to it and a couple of USB cables and our DisplayPort cable, let's turn that off. We don't need it on, do we? We can't. We might have to jump pins to power it. We probably will have to jump the pins to power it because we don't have any. Huh, that graphics card's actually got 2 HDMI and 2 display ports. That's pretty cool, actually. I just noticed that all the time I've owned these. I just noticed that for the first time. So we are plugged in, and I don't think this has a... I don't think it has a button on it. I'm going to take a peek down there, but I don't believe there's a button on this one, guys. And plus, I need to get you guys set up where you can see anyway. And I got to move my mounting screws and everything out of the way here. All right. Just taking a look at the situation. Okay, I can see where we need to go here. And I'm pretty sure I know which button it is that does it. So, see if you see fan spinning, pretty lights. You won't see pretty lights, just fan spinning. Pretty lights, actually. And our front fans are spinning, our CPU fans are spinning. Oh, we're posting. That didn't take long. This computer's fast. It's got updates underway. It says this has built-in Wi-Fi too, so we can put the Wi-Fi antenna on it. I don't know why this is all crooked and jacked up and looks like I put you through a fight or a war. Probably put you through both. It's working on updates right now, so it's probably going to restart at timer 10. That would be my theory. I'm just trying to get this right. Oh, we don't need our Wi-Fi because we have an antenna for it. And just for testing purposes, we can stick it up there and put our wires on here. But there it is, guys. It's got a fresh install of Windows on it because I actually thought about selling it, just like it was in the other case. And that's what got me thinking about what to do here. Because really in 2026, if you have DDR5, you can make a hell of a lot of profit on it if you bought it a while back because you bought it cheap like I did this one. But when are you going to be able to purchase it at a regular price again? And this is literally the only DDR5 system and RAM that SimStation has here. SimStation is on the Cougar Conqueror 2. That's right. It's the Conqueror 2 from Cougar. I'm going to tell you guys and gals what I love this thing. It is a big beast. You're going to see it. We already tested it with the PC put together, but not back together fully. And I fully reassembled it just to see how it reassembled fully, even though we're going to have to take it apart to do other upgrades on it. So we got upgrades coming in the future, but they're not coming immediately. And I decided I just wanted to go ahead and get it put together so I didn't have parts laying everywhere from me tearing down the build that I had this in. I did notice I'm missing one screw on this thing, and I had to go through and tighten a bunch of screws up too. So it had some loose screws, which was likely causing it to be just a little bit, as I say that, I see 2 more screws missing. So it was likely causing it to be just a little bit shakier and flimsier. But you can see that, you'll be able to see when I get the GoPro on that it's not that bad anymore. I got a couple more screws I just found missing, so I'm going to screw those in real quick. And then we're going to get into a little bit of testing. I wanted to record a Nova bench test for you on this machine. Oh, I'm an idiot, guys. We went a 2409, but we went 0 on the GPU score because I forgot to put drivers in. It had drivers for the 3060 in it, so we might have messed up a little bit right there. That's fine. We can fix it. I'm going to put the drivers in it. We're going to do this test for a baseline, so when we get the new CPU in it, we can test it again and get our new cooling system in to see exactly what we do at that point, right? So that'd be cool. And I can tell you, if you've ever had a Cougar case and you got fans in it and running, you can feel the air blowing all over the place. That's not a joke either. You can just feel that air blowing. I don't think I have drivers for this. Nope, just for the NVIDIA. So here we go. We're just going to go download the... This is called an RX 6700 XT drivers. Oh, I hate having to set the cookies. Windows 11, 64-bit. This operating system's not going to stay on this, guys. Oh, we're probably going to do this in a matter of seconds because this has like Wi-Fi 6 or 7 on it. It's fast. Yep, only took a few seconds to download the drivers for it. So that was quick. One of the things I like to do, though, since we had the NVIDIA software on it, is let's go here and go down to anything that says NVIDIA, like the app and everything, and let's go ahead and uninstall this. Do this to get rid of the old drivers before you install your new drivers, especially if you are replacing an NVIDIA card with an AMD card or vice versa, because that only makes more sense. So we're going to go through here until I get every one of these out of here. But we're going to have to restart it on our driver install anyway. So I didn't mean to click that. We definitely don't want one drive. So we're going to go to our drivers now. I'm going to uninstall, or I'm going to install go ahead and install the Adrenaline software before I restart it, because it's going to require a restart anyway. So it'll get its stuff fixed up better. This has Wi-Fi 6 in it, by the way, not Wi-Fi 7. But I wouldn't know if it was 7 because I don't think my router supports Wi-Fi 7. There it is in the background trying to start. So let's get these drivers installed. Man, this thing is fast. I forgot how responsive it is until I get on it and mess with it. But you can see it just does everything lickety-split. And that's one of the things that I do like about this system. I mean, you can say whatever you want, you know, between DDR4 and DDR5. The DDR4 systems are still more than capable of playing today's games. But these new systems, it's like they're snappier on every one of these. So every time we upgrade, it's like the systems are snappier and snappier. Tell me what your thoughts are on that, but there it is running. So we got the beast living inside of its new home. Alright, guys and gals, things have escalated. We made 2 pieces 1, and we got this thing up and running. So let me clear my throat out here. I got allergies real bad, and we're in allergy season, so that don't help any. It gets my chest all clogged up. But there it is right there. No IO shield plate. They don't make one for it. I checked Cougar's website on the Conqueror 2, and this thing has everything it comes with. I do need to find another big screw to go down here. We got one missing where my finger's at there. It's got 3 more in it. If 3 won't hold it, 4 never would have, right? But a bunch of these little screws were loose, so I tightened them up to firm the case up some. I think it's still supposed to have a little flex in it, so I'm not really going to worry about it, or I'm going to look for where that flex is at. But it's just the way the case is designed, and it probably does that so it's not so rigid. I believe we finally got our software installed on here. I have you linked up on the GoPro, and my phone is just blowing up, and it's late at night, and I'm frustrated. A little bit frustrated about it, but I'll talk about that later. There it is, though. What do you guys think? This is the only light we got working, is the Cougar right here. The rest of them I don't have the RGB plugged in for them, because I don't have anywhere to plug the RGB in. I could probably plug it into the motherboard, but I'm not going to take it back apart to do that. Get a look at the top of it here. And this is just a quick rundown of it. I mean, this isn't the final form. You guys know that. I told you earlier in the video what we're going to do with it. So it's going to have another part to this video. That's just how it's going to go down. I'm going to put new fans in the front so we can control the lighting in them. And we'll have a controller where we can also control the lighting of the RGB fan like we did before, right? And then at the top, we're likely, well, those fans might not stay there. That cooler might come off of here, because I think I'm going to go a different route. And I'm either going to go a 360 AIO on this one, or we're just going to do a custom loop like I talked about before. But I love these cases. I love these Cougar cases, and this one just blows the other one away. It's huge, guys. It is huge. I love this thing. I can't get back far enough in here to really give you the full view of it, but right there's a good one. Man, this thing is just large. It's in charge. It definitely is a conversation piece in the room, right? That's actually the handle to remove the chassis. That inner chassis being on rollers was genius, and it locks in there, locks into place, and then you bolt it into place in a couple places, and that's it. We got IO plates we still need to put in. You know, I got a bag of those so we can replace those. But other than that, for all intents and purposes, it's back together, right? We got it back with the parts that it had in it before. And the only other thing I want to give you guys on it for now is we'll just start gaming on this. I don't know why it was freaking out like that. But if you go to performance on these, in case you didn't know, you can turn on the metric overlay. And that'll give you a little overlay up here in the top right corner when it loads up, right there. And it'll read you some temperatures and wattages on the GPU and show your frame rates and stuff like that. That's in case you didn't know, and if you have Radeon graphics or AMD graphics, right? So I'm gonna go hit record on the other thing over there, and I'm gonna on the OBS, and I'm gonna give you guys a, well, they did the update on this, so I want you to see this. I'll do it on the OBS. For this part, I'll cut this off, and then I'll cut you guys back on when I close the video out. But the next part of this will be on OBS, and then the last part will be back on the GoPro and be me closing it out. I may shut the lights down and do a montage, but I'm telling you, the lighting's not real good, but at least you'll be able to see the Cougar light in the front. And then, of course, the Puke RGB going on the fans right there for the CPU cooler. But we'll take a look at temps even too. You can see the CPU is just, actually that's the GPU temp, running 35 degrees Celsius because it's ice cold. These Cougar cases are open, and guys, they move a ton of air. I mean, I can sit here and it's blowing the hair on my head, and I'm not kidding you. It just moves a ton of air, and it's not like the fans are ramped up high either. It's just open, it moves air. They run cool because of that. But let me get you guys set up on the OBS, and we'll finish this thing out. That's part one of the Cougar Conqueror 2 build. So we got more work left to do on it because I promised you upgrades on it. So there's going to be a part 2, but it's not going to be immediate. We got to do find it, fix it, and flip it. And I'm going to need a lot more to be able to afford the parts that go into this one. It's usable now, though. That's the important thing. We got it working. I am going to go ahead and do the fans and stuff like that and the CPU cooler first. And then we're going to, in the meantime, I'm going to be looking for other stuff on Marketplace, such as a really good upgrade for a CPU for the MSI Z690 Pro Wi-Fi board. So if we can find that kind of stuff, then we'll go ahead and upgrade that. The graphics card will upgrade, of course, when we get it. And I think my best card's the 6750 XT. I think the 6700 second. I've got a 3070 Ti and a 3060 Ti. That's the 4 graphics cards I got. The 6700 is what's in that one. The 6750 is in our other Cougar build. Because we have 2 Cougar cases. And those are going to be the 2 main builds. One of those is going to become the editing rig. And I'm going to end up selling the editing rig. And the other one is going to stay the iRacing PC. So, gosh, I'm fired up. I have really been looking forward to doing this build. I'm not kidding you. I just wanted to get something in that case. And I'll tell you, I had a motherboard and stuff laying around for another build. And I initially was going to put it in a Leon Lee case, and the front panel connector didn't work out, and you'll see that. The older motherboards didn't have the same, all of them, not all of them had the same type of pinout that all the newer boards do. And some of those cases have a proprietary front panel connector that will fit the new boards, but they won't fit the old boards. You'll see what I'm talking about. So I ordered a 13-pin to 8-pin adapter to take care of that. So I'll get parts here tomorrow for that. I'll be able to finish off the cheaper 3rd gen build that I was working on, and we can get it sold. I got some videos coming for you guys, but the Cougar Conqueror 2 case, I love it. I love the other Cougar case too, but I really love this one. And that's why I'm going to keep the 2 Cougars. They're going to be, one of them's going to be my iRacing PC. The other one's obviously going to be the editing rig. That's how it's going to go. Either one of those will work for either thing right now, even the form they're in. One of them can do iRacing. The other one can do editing. They're in a perfect form for it. They both have good hardware. They both got 32 gigs of RAM. They got 6700 XT, 6750 XT respectfully in the graphics department. One of them is a Ryzen 3800X. The other one is a Intel i5-12600KF. So, 2 decent builds, right? Tell me what you think of this one. It's definitely exciting for me to do it. I included the Nova bench in there so you can see a little comparison, right? And it'll give us a baseline, so when we do the upgrades, we'll be able to see what we picked up from the previous Nova bench. But that's going to do it for part 1 of this video on the Cougar Conqueror 2. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and join our my Discord server. The it's ours, mine and the SimSation community. So that's in there for all you subscribers, where we can go in and chat, have fun, and even do some gaming together. But that's up to you. You guys might be able to give me some ideas on videos in the future, but that's going to do it for this one. Thank you once again for tuning in to another SimSation video, and I'll catch you on the very next one.